Did Trump, on Putin's orders, hit New York, New Jersey with a Tesla earthquake weapon? Dimitris Alexopoulos reports an extremely rare earthquake centered on Trump owned golf course. Well, it's not centered there. Trump's golf course is more south. Now, the 4.8 magnitude earthquake shook buildings in parts of northeast U.S. on Friday morning, with tremors felt from Washington to New York and Maine. It was the third largest earthquake recorded in the region in the past 5 decades, and the strongest in New Jersey in more than 240 years, according to U.S. Geological Survey. But with authorities reporting minimal damage and no injuries, people soon returned to their daily lives. It was the third largest earthquake recorded in the region in the past 5 decades, and the strongest in New Jersey in more than 240 years since 1753, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. It's noted that the epicenter of the 4.8 magnitude earthquake was located not far from the golf club owned by Donald Trump in Bedminster, New Jersey. Very interesting seismology presented by the region of the epicenter, which is the Lebanon region, synonymous with the Hell region of Lebanon, or which was bombed a few days ago by Israel, in which Iranian diplomats, allies of the Russians, were killed. Nikola Tesla's earthquake device and John J. Trump. In 1893, Tesla received a patent for a device he called an electromechanical oscillator. Its operation is based on the assumption that since all matter in the universe has a resonant frequency, quote unquote, unique to itself, this property can be manipulated. His device was intended to produce a mechanical resonance to match any object. Tesla set up a workshop on East Houston Street 46 in Manhattan, and one day, experimenting with his mechanical oscillator, he reportedly matched the resonant frequency of the building he was in. All nearby buildings were made of the same materials, mostly brick and wood, and much less durable than modern steel and concrete structures. The machine at one point got stuck in the on position, and while Tesla tried in vain to turn it off, the buildings around 46 East Houston Street began to shake more and more violently until residents called the police to report an earthquake. Some tenants were close enough to hear the machine in operation and located in the building, so they broke down the door and found Tesla hammering at it, trying to destroy it in order to stop the earthquake. He finally succeeded just as the neighbors broke down the door of the laboratory. The noise stopped, the shaking stopped, and the buildings came to a standstill. The machine had caused no serious damage, but Tesla wrote letters to various businessmen stating that if he had left it on for one more minute, the walls around would have begun to crack and the buildings would have collapsed. The mechanical coordination. Tesla's theory of mechanical resonance was wonderfully confirmed in the Tacoma Narrows Bridge incident in 1940. The destruction of the bridge has been filmed and documented by many eyewitnesses. On November 7, 1940, the bridge began to sway so violently that it resembled motion of a snake. There was no sound of vibration, and the wind was blamed by the scientists for blowing up and down the bridge on its precise mechanical tuning, the precise mechanical tuning. What happened is legendary. The film of the collapse as a documentary can be found on YouTube, among other sites. The entire structure unraveled and fell to pieces. Architects and engineers around the world are now learning this incident as a lesson. Donald Trump's uncle, who collected and kept Tesla's records. Immediately after Tesla's death, the U.S. government appointed the uncle of the former U.S. president as a scientist who would receive and study the discoveries of Tesla after he had passed, who was officially declared to have died peacefully in his sleep of old age at the age of 86 on January 6, 1943. John Trump worked simultaneously for the Americans and the British, and is the man behind the discovery of advanced Allied military radars. He was the director of the British Radioactivity Laboratory and a key figure in one of the U.S. National Defense Research Committees. Tesla, from the beginning of December 1942, had regular contacts with two representatives of the American government regarding the delivery of his secrets in exchange for the establishment and offering of free energy around the world. One of the two scientists was John Trump. It's well known that President Trump has been accused in the past of being an agent of the Soviets then and the Russians today. He was one of the first American businessmen to invest in Russia. And we have a photo of him with his wife Ivana in St. Petersburg in 1987, here as you can see. Now, did Trump test the Tesla earthquake weapon to bring chaos to the U.S. in case he loses the election, or is this blocked out of it? We don't know. That's just something to keep in mind, that Donald Trump's uncle, John Trump, was in touch with Nikola Tesla. What happened? Please leave your comments about this. Thank you for your support. I've translated this for you from a Greek article. Thank you. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.